Deviant Throttle back out again on the bike. I'm gonna go, it's Friday, so I'm gonna go pick up some food for my old lady, or my wife. Don't ever call, don't tell her I said she's my old lady, she gets mad. Anyway, I'm gonna go pick up some lunch for her and meet her at work, and so we can have lunch together. One of the things I have been wanting to talk about is something that a lot of you guys have already talked about. Folks, you guys, I mean the people watching my videos, because shit, man, most of my subs are other moto vloggers. So yeah, I want to talk about that amino app that we all love so much. And I started thinking about it, and the amino app's great. Don't get me wrong. It has provided a fantastic vehicle for us to get together and be able to meet one another, you know, because there's no fucking way I'd have met you guys any other way, you know. So yeah, and being able to meet folks and get together, and we you know, we got that group Moto Bond, and to me the name of the group is perfect, because to me that's what it's all about. I always say the first rule of riding a motorcycle, the first rule of riding is to understand that every single one of these other people out here, they're out to kill you. Straight up. Rule number 2 is no matter how big or small the car is, if you get into a shoving match with it, you're gonna fucking lose on a motorcycle. That's just the way it is. So that's the bond that the extra awareness creates between riders, because a person who's never ridden a motorcycle, a person who doesn't ride a bike, they cannot understand what it's like to be out surrounded by 2,000 pound and up weapons surrounding you at all times. So the Moto Bond is kind of symbolic of that understanding. If we know what we go through, we understand, we have that bond that you can only get by being on 2 wheels. Just that simple. So to Rusty and to Gears, you know, and LA and 660 and shit, man, Inspector and Brown Rider, you know, the Will, you know, it's awesome that I got to meet you guys through this app, you know. Yep, hold on. My son is behind me. I'm gonna order the food, and then when I get up to the window, I'm gonna tell him to get him all the food. My bike's so loud, I don't know if I'll be able to hear them or they'll be able to hear me through the speaker. I'm going to pull up and turn my bike off.
Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Great, thanks for asking. Order whenever you're ready.
And actually the car behind me is gonna order some more, but I'm paying for it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, he's gonna need a drink carrier too. He's picking up all the food as well, because, well, it'd kind of be difficult for me to carry it.
So you're paying and he's taking it?
Yep. Thank you. There we go. Alright, so I'm here at Chopco where my wife works. And I guess I'll talk to you afterwards. Just got done eating some lunch with my wifey wife and my kid and my sister-in-law and all that jazz. So what was I talking about before? I was talking about the Amino app, and I was talking about the people that I've met on there. I don't know who I've mentioned. I forgot already because I'm horrible about that kind of shit. One of the things about talking to people on this amino app is reminding me of something. The other day we were on there and there was someone who was talking about being on a sports bike. And we were talking and they were talking about their wrists hurt. And it dawned on me that being a person who's been riding motorcycles for over half of my life, there's so much that I take for granted, or I don't know if it's take for granted is the right word. There's so many things about being on a bike that is second nature to me. You know, I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm about to go on the interstate. You probably won't be able to hear me anyway. So yeah, I'll pick it back up with the whole thought when I come back. Oh, these cars need to get out of my fucking way though. Sometimes you just have to do it. I'm off the interstate now. So some of the things that we take for granted, and the things that are simply second nature to us, that you have these tons of these new riders that are just learning these things or have never even thought about them. And that's another great thing about this app, is the fact it gives the new riders a chance to connect with more experienced riders that can answer these weird questions. And that's the thing, is this community is so great. There's no judgment, you know, because a lot of us, particularly for me, I mean, I remember what it is to not know a damn thing about bikes, you know? Hell, I still learn shit now. You know, I'm still learning shit every day about bikes that I didn't know before, you know? Man, it's fantastic that you can, that this app is not only connecting in a way that it is, but it's also bringing together old riders and new riders in a manner to where newer riders can find out all this kind of information and shit that about stuff, again, that they wouldn't even know what to ask questions about. You know what I'm saying? Some people think it's just, there's certain things you gotta get used to, when it's not. It's all about how you do things. I'm not gonna go into riding position and shit like that. Rusty Moto did a good video on that, so if you wanna see the video I'm talking about, go over to his channel and he has a video about riding position, stuff like that, particularly when it comes to on a sports bike. But it's that kind of thing I think this app is so good at, and one of the most useful functions of it, learning things about bike maintenance that you might not know unless you're either a seasoned rider or you've done like tons and tons and tons of research. Simple concepts that, again, is second nature to experienced riders, like counter steering and things of that nature, that it may seem counterintuitive to someone who doesn't understand it or doesn't know it. And again, to a veteran rider, it is second nature. But yeah, these are the type of things I think that makes this app so great. It's not just the app itself, it's the vehicle that it presents to us riders. And it's really what makes this app as good as it is the community that has been built within it. Damn blinker. The Moto Amino app is the app I've been talking about and kind of rambling. That's my whole thing on the app. I think it's fantastic. As far as giving you a rundown of what all the app can do, there's enough videos out there about this app that it's not necessary. You're all moto vloggers that I've met on the app anyway, so you already know about this app. So I figured I'd bring up another app, which is another app I use for motorcycle riding. which is Eat, Sleep, Ride. It uses your GPS to figure out where you're at, where you're going, and like Google Maps and all that. What you can do is you can start this app at the beginning of your ride, take your ride wherever you're going to go, and then once you get to your destination, you go back into it and you end the trip. So you record your whole trip. And it's pretty awesome because what it does is it records the entire map of where you went. It also keeps track of your speed along the way. At the end of the trip, it'll give you your average speed as well as your max speed. And then you can scroll through your entire trip and it'll give you your speed at any given time as being tracked by GPS, which is pretty badass. The other thing it does for you super sport riders, it's more pertinent to people who like the twisties, is it also gives you your lean angles, your max lean angle, as well as your at any point during your trip, you can see what your lean angle was on any given turn of this ride that is recorded, and you can save these paths. You can save your rides and then upload them to the website. So if you know a good road for, say, twisties in your area, you can record the ride and record the path, and then you can upload it so that other users of this app can go in, find that ride, and go on your trip, go on the same ride you did. And it's pretty badass. Now, I have seen some reviews of it, and some of them say that the speed on it is off, or the lean angle is off. I don't know if I'm not sure how much of that is actual truth, because it's been pretty damn accurate with me as far as I know. Now granted, I don't know what my lean angle is, but as far as my speed, it's been pretty damn accurate. And I don't know how much of that is actual people truly critiquing the app, or them just being butthurt because they thought they were going faster than they really were. Because that's, again, not to go backwards in my conversation, but it's kind of like those things that someone who actively rides, who's been riding motorcycles for a long time, something that we know that new riders might not, such as the fact that the factory speedometer on a super sport can be off by up to 10% of the actual speed. That is a factory deal. It's something that happens. They make devices to put on your bike that helps rectify that and make you have a true and accurate reading of your speed. Super sports are notorious for exaggerating the speed on the stock speedo. Someone might not know that shit. These are the things that I take for granted, you know, that I was talking about before. But anyway, yeah, the Eat, Sleep, Ride app is a pretty cool app. It, like I said, utility-wise, it's great, and I haven't invested a lot of time into that app. Definitely not as much, even though I had it before I had this Moto Amino app. I haven't invested much time in it. I figured out how to record my ride so I can look at my stuff, and that's pretty much it. I'm not sure if you can follow certain people and all that kind of stuff. I'll have a more in-depth, I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to have more in-depth video of this Eat, Sleep, Ride app, because of the fact that I haven't seen a lot of videos about it yet. This is a shout out for the motorcycle community, for the community that is being built inside Moto Amino. You guys are fucking awesome. As usual, get on two wheels, ride safe.